Hi everyone, I'm Sarah Hall, and this is your full moon reading for October 27th through November 10th, 2015. So this is exciting. We are coming into the final supermoon of 2015. So this is the 6th supermoon of 2015 and the last of 3 consecutive supermoons that we have had. There has been such an intense but wonderfully transformational energy that has been going through us collectively here, and we're about to just tie all those loose ends together and go through the final phase of it. So once again, for those of you that don't know, a supermoon is something that occurs when the moon is closer to the earth than usual, and I believe this time it's about 14% closer. Oftentimes you see them as bigger, more bright, visible in the sky, these supermoons, but that means that we can feel the effects of the moon a little bit more strongly. This certainly will have actually a physical effect on the world. For example, it affects the weather patterns and things of that nature, things that are going on in the earth. Remember too that the moon rules over the water. The water will follow the moon, the call of the moon, and our bodies are made mostly of water. So you may be starting to feel a little bit extra sensitive for this full supermoon. Again, the moon is very close to us. If that happens, just know that you'll get through it, that this is just part of what happens when we're having these full moons, particularly when they're extra close to us in the sky. I thought that I would also talk a little bit about some of the specific effects of this particular supermoon. So as we were talking about, it's the last of those 3 consecutive supermoons that we've had, and we know that those supermoons have been marked by so much spiritual change, so much stripping away of what we don't need anymore, for some of us rolling up our sleeves and facing the dark stuff, doing tough spiritual work, but being a strong, courageous spiritual warrior. This is really the final cleaning out, the final stripping away of the last of the old things, which is wonderful because what you discover in that is that you're discovering your true self. We're cleaning away all the gunk, and underneath are the gems that represent you, as well as it's shining onto your true power. This is a very empowering time. So again, trust these changes, no matter how intense or difficult they may feel for you, or what they may be asking of you. For example, these moons often bring to light the thing that we need to look at the most, and sometimes that can be a fear that we need to look at the most, a dark thing, or a hard thing, a challenge, but they're having us look at this stuff so that we can clear it away. It's for the positive, it's for our own good, so that we can really come into our highest and truest divine power. And remember, what happens when you are in your true state, your true power, is you are prime and ready to fulfill your life purpose. So for anybody that's been praying about finding their purpose and being able to complete their purpose successfully, this speaks to you. This is your time of preparation for that. So the moon is also in Taurus at this time, which is a nice earthy and grounded energy. And I love that this is the last of the supermoons in this Taurus because it's grounding all the changes that we went through. And we know that that's such a big, important part of any changes that we go through in our lives, is the part where we assimilate it into our material life, into our physical bodies, into the ebb and flow of the everyday. And that is just so, so important. So you might be noticing that the change or the new energy is grounding. And guess what? That feels great. Taurus is ruled by Venus, which is a very gentle, loving, brings in some feel-good vibes for us. So it's going to be a little bit more a little bit more gentle. Even those of you that are feeling that emotional triggering, know that there's a loving, grounded energy that will come in with a lot of this, which is very, very good. So trust the direction that the energy is taking us. This is also a really great time for relationships. If anybody's been experiencing a lot of big changes in relationships, or soulmate relationships where there's some intensity that's helping you to learn a little bit more about yourself, or even new relationships that are resurging or going through a healing or a change in status. Trust these things too, because it's very much a part of this collective motioning towards what is good for us. Finally, the other little things that I just kind of found interesting about right now is that we are very close on the heels of a Venus, Mars, and Jupiter conjunction. They're all very, very close in the sky. And also an asteroid belt was pretty close. So there was some people were able to see it. There was a meteor shower that came in recently, and the message that I got from this is that there's a lot of zing in the air. There's a lot of magical sort of inspiration that is feeding us during this time. So that will be really wonderful. Remember too that October is a month that we associate with the time where the spirit world, the veil between our physical everyday life and the spirit world, is thinner. That's why we celebrate, spiritual things, sometimes supernatural things around Halloween, which is coming up during this moon cycle. And it's a time in the fall and also in the spring. Both of those times are equally powerful as far as that veil to the spirit world, especially to the elemental world, or even to our loved ones in heaven, being a little thinner, and we might really feel close to our guides, our ancestors, and the elementals who are around us. So enjoy that exciting energy and really draw upon it for some inspiration, that extra bout of inspiration that's around us. This is so exciting. So without any further ado, let's go to our cards and shuffle and pick some cards for today. So I'll just describe as I do this. When I shuffle, I just naturally, intuitively, and you can do this at home too, just shuffle and begin to pick cards based on what I feel jumping out at me. If I feel a little pull in my hands, or like this, just a little sense of, oh, here's a card that's trying to jump out, then I listen to that and I just pull that card. And trust that you can't pick the wrong card either. By law of attraction, when you are picking cards, if you've prayed and asked for advice on something, the law of attraction says that you will pick the right cards. You will receive the right sign for you. So here we are with our 3 cards characterizing this moon cycle. Let's turn over the first card. Okay. The first card says, you are profoundly clairvoyant. So this is a time where, again, with all of that zinging, inspirational, spiritual energy, that veil being a little bit thinner, it's going to underscore or highlight your spiritual psychic abilities. They're saying trust in the envisioning that you're seeing for your life right now. Trust in the insights that you've been getting. This is truly a very, very inspirational time. This is a wonderful time to collect yourself and get together some ideas for maybe a new chapter, a new project, something that you feel passionate about, and just go towards it. You're really being given some profound guidance from your spirit guides at this time. Follow those things. Also know that you're developing psychically. Anytime when the earth is going through a lot of energetic changes, where again that veil is becoming thinner, we're getting an extra boost of spiritual energy. I like to think of it as this, a little tangent, that we live in an age right now where there are so many beautiful big changes going on in the earth, and it's almost like, to me, I like to visualize it as the earth's heart chakra is opening all at once, like a big beautiful lotus flower or rose blooming. And every single time we feel one of those little petals opening, it's like with these big waves of energy that we get, where we just feel all this, these big changes and all of this new consciousness that's kind of coming in as a result. And one of the effects of all of these little movements is that we are becoming more psychically sensitive. And I want each and every one of you to know that each and every one of us is quote unquote psychic. It's not a special thing that some people have and some people don't. Some people have maybe developed it or practiced it a little bit further, than other people, but we all have that ability. So believe in it, because when you believe in it, that ability will start to awaken. It is our birthright, our God-given gift, that we are all able to speak to God, to speak to and connect with our Creator and with Spirit, by virtue of our being, by virtue of who we are as God's children. So let's go ahead and check our second card and see what the angels have for us. Ooh, the power animal card. Awesome. So this is a sign that you've got a power animal that is speaking to you, that is sending you guidance. This can also refer to, as we were kind of saying for this card, I love how cards piggyback off of one another like this, that there are guides who are communicating with you very strong at this time. It looks like they're bringing in an extra wave of purity for you at this time too. They're saying that they see that it's been maybe a little bit difficult recently as you've been dealing with any of these changes or releasing anything old or clearing yourself of some kind of an unsettling or uncomfortable energy that you're being just asked to face and release, again, for your own good, for your protection, for your soul's evolution. Your spirit guides have heard your prayers. They've come and they are here to clear you, to empower you. And also, the reason why this came through as power animal is a reminder that they're grounding this energy, because the animal kingdom, animals, are our brothers and sisters here on planet Earth, and they're actually a little better than we people are at connecting with Earth's natural flow, of its natural spiritual flow, which is totally and irrevocably in sync with the entire universe, with God. That's why when we go out into nature, we start to flow in the same beautiful direction that nature's energy is flowing in. It's a powerful time, and it's so important, again, to ground your changes, to, no matter what high vibrating, intense psychic spirituality is moving through you at this time, or intense lessons, whatever it may be, ground them. Come back into your body, connect with your body, focus on physical self-care at this time, move into the simple ebb and flow of life. These are all very grounding, wonderful things. Your power animal is also saying to you right now that you may be requiring a little bit extra sleep during this time. So honor your body if you're being asked to sleep a little bit more. Sleep is so good for us in helping us to assimilate changes, whether they be physical or spiritual changes. So just give yourself a little extra sleep. And also know too that your body needs a little bit of being honored through the adjustment of the seasons. So for example, if you live in the northern hemisphere, we're moving into fall. We're really feeling some of those big earth changes as the autumn is dawning all around us. So really listen to your body at this time. It may need some extra rest. It may really ask you to slow down, or certainly get out into nature, take a little walk, go outside, touch some trees, take off your shoes and get barefoot, even if it's cold, even if it's just for a couple of minutes, and just feel the ground under your feet. That's going to help you so much during this time. Last little message from this card is that if you've been seeing repeatedly an animal around you, whether it's a physical animal you've been noticing out in nature, or a pet or somebody else's pets that have been really drawn to you and kind of showing up a lot recently, or even if they're just animals that you're noticing in books, or if you're watching a movie or something, you get these repeated synchronistic events where there's an animal that's showing up. Pay attention to those synchronicities, because there's an animal friend that is helping you. And I really do know it, from my own experience and talking to other people that have had experiences, that the animal spirits are so good at guiding us and nurturing us and helping us. They love us so very, very much. So connect with them. And two, if you feel guided to do anything about animal rights or shifting your diet to reflect maybe a different relationship with the animal kingdom, take that advice at this time as well. That goes all with that purifying message that's coming through, because the unicorn, as you see in this picture, is always a sign of purity and innocence coming into our life. Okay, so let's turn over our final card. It's the Law of Attraction card. So this is a card that's reminding us that this is a time of very big change still. And they want you to know that we're actually starting to see the results of the changes that we've been going through over the last consecutive supermoons that we've been having, because the law of attraction has now had time to settle in and to make some positive changes. So you'll notice that maybe the relationships and activities that you once enjoyed are now starting to change. You're starting to become more sensitive to the energies in your environment. Perhaps, again, as they were saying before about relationships, there's a status change in a relationship, or there's a resurgence of an old relationship that maybe left your life for a little while. All of these things, just represent this change, and trust the direction that the law of attraction is taking you right now. If something has changed, or you've been guided to end a relationship or end a situation in your life, just trust all of the changes that are happening, because they're happening by the law of attraction. And the law of attraction answers to the changes that are occurring spiritually for you. They are also guided changes. The reason this came in sequence right with this idea about you're being guided by spirit guides, you're being helped. So they want you to know that the law of attraction is coming into play in such a way that is also spiritually guided. So trust that it is good for you. Very often when we think that the rug is being pulled out from under our feet in our lives, it's actually the answer to prayers. So just notice the things that are going on. Notice change even in your work life, or in a project or something that you're doing. If there's something that's just not working, use this as a time to take inventory of your life and just see, okay, what things do I need to resolve to change or release or do differently? Let the law of attraction guide you. Let it give you intelligent feedback on how to move forward with your life at this time. And all will truly, truly be well. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope all of you very much enjoy this full moon and the coming Halloween holiday and the All Souls and All Saints days, if you celebrate those. It's just a beautiful time. Get out in nature. I'm going to be doing that during Halloween time, just to get close to the earth. If you would like to keep in touch with me, go ahead and check out the links in the description below. I'll put my my Facebook link and my Twitter link there so we can connect, and I love hearing from you guys, so feel free to give me a shout out. Also, if you're interested in receiving your own personal reading or spiritual counseling or healing session with me, feel free to check out my website at www.seraphim.com for more information on how to do that and to contact me. All right, I hope all of you have a wonderful, wonderful moon cycle. I love you so much. Thank you for watching today, and know and remember that you are very loved and very, very blessed. Bye.